I don't even know where to start. Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, May 31st, I think. It's actually Sunday where I am right now in beautiful eastern Ohio. I'm away from Toledo, kind of like I was last year for Memorial Day. Not as far away as I was last year. I'm still in Ohio. I'm just not in Toledo. And I mentioned in the What's for Dinner last week that this week, which would normally be the week that I would do a What's for Dinner, would be the school year reflection. I don't like doing these because it makes me think about what happened and everything that I don't like what happened and all the stuff that happened that I wasn't planning to happen. I've been watching last year's reflection video and looking at what I said in that particular video, what I wanted this past school year to be. And if I remember correctly, because it's been a few days since I watched it last, all I said was that I wanted this school year to be better. Last year I had said that the school year was pretty rough because a lot of people unfortunately passed away. And yes, I understand dying is a part of life. People in your life that you are close to are going to die. And that's just the nature of being a human that lives and exists in this world. So when I said that I wanted this particular school year to be better, I don't even really know what I meant by that. This year in particular was also rough. And I don't know if I consider it more rough than last year, but I do consider it to be, at least parts of it, to be extremely challenging and most certainly not what I expected to happen. The beginning of the year in particular was the most stressful. And again, I know who watches my videos, so I'm not going to go into extreme detail about what happened, but all I will say is that I am glad that everybody involved came out okay. There was the unfortunate instance of somebody who I am very close to who got very, very sick for a good extended period of time, and because of that, there were additional things that I had to do in order to make sure that everything was going the way that it should. This is not me complaining, this is just me saying what happened and expressing what happened. And it happened to come right around the time where, for my own job, I was also very, very busy with stuff that I had to do. On top of also preparing for something else that was happening at the church. So for this about 3 to 5 week span back at the beginning of the year, I don't want to say I was miserable. I was just very, very focused on everything that I had to do for myself and for whatever else that had to get done that was needed of me. And then, just so happened at the end of the year, like literally just this past week, there was also additional stuff that I had to do for other reasons that I'm just not going to go into right now. There was a comment made to me very recently by somebody who I know pretty well, I'm pretty sure it was that person, who said, "It feels nice to be needed." And I agree, it does feel nice to be needed. What I'm basically saying is, I am learning and I'm trying to learn to teach myself to say no to some things. Whoever knows me as a person, hopefully, knows that I find it extremely hard to say no to requests from people or to doing that one extra task, or even like when I was working in college, staying late and doing extra work. Because by saying no, I feel like I'm letting people down and not allowing myself to serve them. When one of the things that I truly believe is to be a servant to everyone. And by saying no, I'm saying no to being a servant. But I also realize that in order to be a good servant to other people, in order to serve well, you need to take care of yourself. And if saying yes to everything that's asked of you isn't going to allow you to serve everyone else in the best way, then what's the point? I'm literally making these connections as I talk this out right now. Imagine that, doing that, talking to a camera in a car in the middle of a field outside of wherever I am in Ohio. So typically now would be the point where I'd say, what do I look forward to next year? I don't know if I'm going to even say anything, specifically because I don't even know what to think is going to happen next year. I know I flashed back to this again last year. I'm going to flash back to it again right here. The day before my first day of teaching. The first day of school is tomorrow! I'm not really that worried about it, or am I? I don't know. My face is orange. I was so excited to get started, and I truly was excited. I mean, yeah, I know my face is orange in that video, but the look on my face that I had and the intensity and the excitement that I had was genuine. I truly was really excited to get into teaching. And believe it or not, while that excitement has sort of toned itself down, I still find myself expressing that in certain areas at certain times, particularly when the summer break starts, because once that gets here, it allows me to start thinking about what I can do differently next year. And to be honest, I already have some ideas of things I want to try for next school year. And I'm just trying to wrap my mind around how this year, it's 4 years I graduated college, and I'm entering my 4th year of teaching coming up in the fall. I feel like it was literally just, I don't know, last year that I moved out here. I had all of you with me for that, well, all of you that saw that way back when. It's amazing the growth that I feel in myself and that people have told me that they see in me since I've moved here. Which gets me thinking, what would have happened had I not taken the job in Toledo? Where would I be right now? So in a nutshell, this past school year was challenging in its ways. I look more at this year as a year where I learned, and I think I said this also last year, I learned what my limits are, where I need to say no and where I can still say yes. And that's even going to continue into the fall. I'm taking a break from singing in the choir at church this coming year. And I'm using this particular time to maybe expand myself and to try different things. I've been thinking a lot about composing and also writing, like the story stuff that I used to do. And ever since the Tears premiere back at the beginning of the month, I've really wanted to get back into writing music. And also, I haven't said this yet, but I've been actually working on a legitimate story since the beginning of the year. I am over 40,000 words into this particular work. I don't know what's going to become of it, but I will say this, I have never loved something I've written more than what I'm writing right now. I am looking forward to what this next school year is happening, and even what's going to happen this summer. Speaking of summer, I should talk about a couple things that are happening. 2 big trips. That's pretty much it, for reasons that I'll go into later. I'm doing a trip across upstate New York in about a week, combining that with a trip home. I might do some filming with Mom and Dad. I have an idea. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. And then I'm going out to Colorado for the 4th of July to visit Eric and Caroline. I mentioned that a few videos back. And I also mentioned that I'm taking Amtrak. So, here's the question I have. I'm thinking about vlogging most of my time on that trip, from the moment that I get on Amtrak to the moment that I get home. Is that something that all of you might be interested in? If it is, give this video a like. God, I sound like a YouTuber. Give this video a like, write a comment, make it nice, expressing if you would like to see that, because I've been thinking about that. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but I want to try it. I want to get your opinions, see if you think it's a good idea. All right, there is a train coming. I need to get set up. I will see all of you guys next week. What is next week? Oh, no, wait, no, I will see you on Saturday. Saturday, because this is the first weekend for the spin-off series to What's for Dinner, Breakfast Edition. What am I making? Oh, it'll be a surprise. I will see you Saturday, and then next week with whatever next week is going to be. Hopefully something music related. See you then. Take care.